Well, since the formal closure to the 2019 general elections, it's been back to business at the upper and lower legislative house, says the National Assembly. So yesterday the Senate and the House sat in those red and green chambers to discuss, to debate on the appropriations proposals that was presented before them last year by Mr. President. But here in Lagos, the Securities and Exchange Commission put the market together and tried to find what will be in that budget for the market and how the market can strategically place itself into the 2019 appropriations, 8.83 trillion naira. This is setting the tone for the discussion by the head of economic research at the SEC, Afolabi Olowo-Okere, who took the time to brief the market about how the general elections just concluded impacted the equities market and what is the way forward now that the elections are over and the budget discussion are on the front burner. Take a listen.
We look at this chart to say what really happened in the last maybe 30 days, 40 days around election. And what you will see there, there's a first part. Everything was green until around 16, right? Election was supposed to be held 16th. Everything was green. When the election was postponed, the next trading day, the market came down a bit. So, if you look at it again, the election was held, and that was the presidential election was held 23rd. The day after, the market went up. Days after that, the market started falling. Some days after, the market was going up. If you look at around gubernatorial election, quite a number of red here. Can I learn anything from this chart? Maybe I can just talk to it and see whether I have lessons. One lesson is that depending on expectations, stock market can actually rise in the build-up to election. It depends on expectation, really, but it's possible. And then, if there's an announcement of a postponement, it can have a negative impact on the stock market. But the market can quickly recover. It also depends on your speed of recovery. It depends on the level of efficiency of the market. But the market can recover even though election is postponed. And if people are having doubts about the level of preparation of election, even though it's postponed and it's going to be held in another day, that can still lead to some kind of negative impact on the market. It is possible that the market rises after a successful election. But if you delay in announcing the winner as a result of whatever is happening, the market may be expecting what is happening, what is not happening, the market may be coming down. And the last thing I can see from there is that gubernatorial election or the elections at the subnational level may even be having a lot of more impact on our markets. Maybe they have wider spread, maybe there are diversity, maybe there are many other issues that we should be talking about, not just only at the federal level, but also at the subnational level. We speak about some policy issues. The first one is road infrastructure tax credit scheme. We remember in January, the president signed this scheme to say, if you are a company and you are eligible, there are eligibility criteria, you can be allowed to do your road infrastructure, but it will be netted out of your tax, so you pay less tax. I mean, you can read the document. So we're looking at what does that mean? Does that connote anything for us in the capital market? Does that mean that I can take advantage of that if I'm a capital market operator? What does it mean for the government, subnational, national, private sector, and even the capital market? The cost analysis will show us that definitely that will reduce tax receipts of governments, because government will say, don't pay me the tax, use the tax to do your road, or part of your tax should be used to do your road. That will also mean that governments may be able, federal government may be able to play around the National Assembly. In other words, if you can take the money and use the money before it comes to consolidated revenue, then I don't need to go to National Assembly together. So it's also a very smart way. But one should be mindful, what will be the costs of compliance? How do you ensure compliance? Because the project is going to be executed by private sector, right? Who's spending money and who, so you must, if that's not going to be more expensive than government executing by itself. If you look at subnational, the argument would be any state government that doesn't take advantage or whose private sector or companies do not take advantage of that will be at disadvantage over those that are taking advantage of it. And if I don't have a company that can take advantage, I may raise issues to say, wait a minute, why don't we share this money instead of the person not paying the money and it's only this state and this state that are benefiting from it? If you look at the private sector, it's a good way for listed companies that may be eligible to take advantage of that and attract federal government projects directly into their facilities. I mean, you don't need to wait if you are eligible. If you then look at the capital market, can we start thinking about what to finance there? The guy doesn't have money for now, can I finance it? At what rates? We should also be thinking about what is going to be the role of mutual fund or fund manager, because there's also a possibility that many companies will come together and execute a project and then get paid according to their contributions. We should also be thinking about if a company is eligible and is tapping into it, what is going to be the value of that company in the next few years? Because that will determine the valuation of the stock of such companies. So those are the things we should be thinking about. Minimum wage is another interesting thing. Government will pay 30,000, but the level to be paid, I'm still trying to understand this. Minimum wage is minimum wage, right? So is it going to be for people that get less than 18,000, you scale them up, or you scale? I'm not sure everybody has that discussion to say, will it affect me? If I'm not earning minimum, will it affect me? Or I move everybody up by the same scale. If you move everybody up by the same scale, you may be talking about 500 billion to 1 trillion naira. But if you're going to probably move people less than level 5 up, and then give some other people like 200 naira, 5,000 or 10,000. In other words, there are many ways the government can do it. Maybe the discussion will still be had again with labor. I don't know. Is it wage increase or minimum wage? The current wage bill of government is about 2 trillion. So if you are going to add 500 billion, that would be a lot of money. Yeah, 100 billion, 200 billion may still not be an issue. But the subnational government needs to pay. And if government is going to be bailing out subnational government, bailed out subnational government before now, what will happen? One way, very simple, government can decide to, federal government can decide to continue bailing them out, then they issue bond or whatever. Another way is, guys, come, how do you generate money? Oh, we get larger chunk of VAT. Why don't we increase VAT? So, you just have to pay. Under level economies, they taught us no free lunch. Whatever you are eating, someone is paying for it. So, are we going to increase VAT? Are we going to devalue currency? That's also a good way. If you devalue the currency, central bank pays more for the oil receipts that they are currently paying. The state government will have money to pay. Are we going to be increasing other taxes? Are we going to remove subsidy? In other words, somebody must pay. The same people that will get more money will also pay. The only thing is that 10,000 people may get more money, but 100,000 people may pay more. So it's something that the government will need to think about. And we should be thinking about what will be the impact of that on us as a capital market. What will be the impact of that? Definitely higher money, higher expenditure, economics, higher income, higher savings, provided people can save and they already take care of some things there. higher money may mean higher inflation, especially if a lot of people are paid, and higher money may mean higher or lower welfare. It depends on some kind of what you consume, electricity, and the rest. So it's beyond just saying once you pay people higher money, they will get higher welfare. Welfare is another kind of analysis to be done. You can do it in the short term, you can do it in the long term. Most time, long term is more sustainable, and it's the kind of argument we should be having, not a short-term palliative. So we've got to make a choice.
Afolabi Olowokere, the head of economic research at SEC Nigeria. But so let's take a listen to some of the panelists who try to walk over that particular presentation and bring some views on to the audience about how do we finance budget 2019, what are the ramifications for the market moving forward, and other moving parts of it. Let's take a listen to some of them in this presentation.
We don't have to reduce the amount we are spending relative to the previous year. This year is 2019 is 8.8. Last year we had something higher. It has an information content. It has a signaling, the property, and that signaling property is not positive for the capital market. So as much as possible when we formulate budget, we should try to ensure holding exchange rate and inflation rate constant, that will maintain a steady rise in public spending. That brings me to the second thing, which is the embodiment or the composition of the expenditure itself. He mentioned it. He talked about 1.8% of GDP representing capital spending. In the last 3 years or so, it is good that we have maintained that minimum of 30% expenditure for capital. But again, of course, it's not just about capital spend, but it is the quality of that capital spend. In 2018, for example, if you do an analysis of what is put together as capital spend, you will discover that about 42% of that capital spend is non-developmental expenditure. When you spend 58% of your budget on furniture and kitchens, of course, furniture and kitchens is long-lived assets, it's grouped as a capital expenditure. If you spend that on private motor cars, those are not developmental expenditure. Developmental expenditure is expenditure on roads, on schools, on hospitals, on railways that will impact the economy, and of course, we know those are positive for the capital market. So the quality of that capital expenditure is also important. The other issue I want to talk about, the other is entry, or the content of the budget itself. I give an assignment. One of the assignments I usually give to my PhD students of finance, who many of whom have bias for capital market, is to go and get for me the implications of the 2019 budget or annual budget on the capital market. Okay, looking at taking the minimum of 5 emerging frontier countries. And what came in, it was evident that while some countries recognize the fact that it's important to include pro-capital market measures in the budget, some others don't. And those that include pro-capital market measures in their budget, okay, had a correlation with the capital market growth. What are those pro-capital market measures? Pakistan, for example, is talking about reducing companies' income tax for companies that are listed on the stock exchange. India, for example, is talking about privatizing through the stock exchange. In 2018, we talked about raising 300 billion naira from privatization proceeds in Nigeria, but of course, nothing came in. If we must privatize, the way it can be impactful has to be through the stock market. So it's important when we are formulating budgets, okay, to ensure that we introduce pro-capital market measures in those budgets for us to have a direct impact. Dr. Olowokere talked about indirect impact because that's what we usually find. Expecting that what we put in the budget will have an indirect impact, through, on the capital market, transmitting through maybe interest rates and inflation. But it's also important to recognize that the government can intervene directly in this market by including capital market measures in the market.
How do we create jobs in an enduring manner so as to give the young people the opportunity to work? The first thing is this: the economy today is not in a position to create jobs. And we need to look at the structure of the economy for a start. And to look at the economy, the structure of the economy, let's start from the budget, which is the major government financial fiscal instrument. The budget problem we have is not necessarily the size of the budget. It is the fact that we don't even have the revenue. The government does not have the revenue to even build a larger budget. Look at 2018. The government projected revenue of 7.16 trillion. Government total revenue in 2018 was only 3.9 trillion. This year, and that last year, remember that oil production was below the expectation of 2.3 million barrels, but crude price averaged $71 per barrel. So we had a positive price variance but negative volume variance. And still, the government total revenue was only 3.9 trillion naira. This year, the government has budgeted 8.8 trillion in expenditure, 6.9 trillion in revenue, but clearly, the possibility that government will achieve that revenue projection is almost not there. So what should we do as a country? It is said that if you continue to do the same thing, same day in and day out and expect different results, then something is wrong with you. The reality is that the government cannot fund the development of this country from budgetary allocations. So if we continue to believe that we will build the infrastructure that will create an enabling environment for productive activity to take place here from budget allocation, we're not going to ever achieve that. So it simply means we condemn ourselves to this level of development for the next couple of years. What should we do as a country? The first thing is that which is where the capital market comes in. Why are we not looking at those commercially viable infrastructure and involve a framework, both legal and commercial framework, that will allow private sector to invest in those infrastructure? What the government did with Executive Order 7 is just rubbing the issue or massaging the issue. Because you cannot, under that Executive Order 7, bring in private capital into those critical infrastructure. And what do I mean by this? The revenue from those who invested in those infrastructure are going to recover their money from tax credits. So there's no capital market investor that will lend you money, believing that in other operations we make enough revenue and we make enough profit so as to declare tax credits, get tax credits so you can pay for the other operations. So we must advance that thought further to come up with a legal framework that will allow private sector to go into critical infrastructure. That's only what we can build infrastructure in the near future that will allow productive activity to take place in this country and create jobs for our young people.
Clearly, there's a misalignment of priorities in the way this budget has been allocated. But beyond that fact is the clear realization that at the end of the day, it's great to invest in infrastructure, but infrastructure does not develop an economy. People develop an economy. And if you look at the allocation that has been made there, I noticed that the greatest cuts from last year to this year were in things like education and health. And it brings to my mind what Bill Gates said when he came to Nigeria. And I am firmly of the opinion that the future of the nation is in the well-being and the welfare of its people. So very, very poor priority or prioritization in terms of the education and the health of our people. So if I had to calibrate this budget, I would definitely increase not only infrastructure, but also an increase on health and education. And by the way, I think it is also time for us to begin to understand that what we need from government is not so much the spending, it is the policies. Who are the people, which segment is going to have the most catalytic effect on the development of our economy? I think it's the SMEs. I think it's the private sector entrepreneurs. And so, if I have the opportunity to shape policy, I will be looking for policy, for example, that will deepen access to finance for SMEs. I will be looking for policies that will make bank, and by the way, not just bank, all forms of capital more acceptable and affordable for the small guys, who are the ones that actually employ more than 60% of Nigerians.
Okay, so let's take the budget and what are the fundamentals for fixed income and the FX into the marketplace. We'll take a break. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.